gonna get close to you.
Close to you. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode
From the winds, from the winds.
We went to see
Boop, the musical.
It was written by Bob Martin and David Foster. Have you heard of those men?
I'm not.
Bob Martin wrote The Drowsy Chaperone, and David Foster might be most well known for being married to Catherine McPhee, for those of you who might have watched American Idol way back in the day. But I think that his most he's known for writing a lot of singles.
Okay.
And he wrote I Have Nothing for Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard.
Oh my word.
Yeah, which is knowing that
Makes sense.
makes the music make sense to me. And actually, the lyrics are by Susan Birkenhead. Could you tell us a little bit about what the story is about?
Yeah, so the story starts off and you are with Betty Boop and she is in her prime. She is running around being filmed for all these little shorts, not movies, shorts. And she's feeling a little restless. She feels very overwhelmed by all the attention. So Grampy shows her this machine that can take her to another dimension where maybe she's unknown, and she decides to take the adventure on, and she ends up at Comic-Con in 2025.
That was a stitch. That was so funny.
And
Yeah.
it just precedes how she is trying to find herself. She knows all the different characters she can play, but she doesn't know who she is. And that's like the general synopsis, and the show just takes it from there, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
As a writer, as someone who has written plays and musicals, what do you think? How did you feel with the story?
I loved the story. I've heard some of the reviews say that it's a little overpowering, and I do believe that I can understand that. Like there was a couple of moments that were in there that I was like, okay, let's get a little bit on with this. You know, there's this whole subplot of this guy who's running for mayor, and it actually ties in really well, but there's a little bit of it that I was like, could we like streamline that a little bit or make that, does that make sense?
I totally agree.
Yeah. The other stuff that like at Comic-Con and all those, I just thought that was entertaining and it was great. So I'm just a little like it wasn't perfect. I just think there's a little bits of it that could have maybe tightened up just a little bit.
Yeah.
And the music, I kind of feel the same way about. Like, I loved the music, but it's not like I think I'm going to go around and sing all of the songs.
Sure.
And I want the whole soundtrack, even though there's some songs that I really, really like a
Yes.
lot. So, how did you feel? Am I being too critical?
No, I think as far as like the story, like tightening up some things, yes. Adorable. I would say that's like the number one. Like, it was so well done. It was definitely like more of a simple plot, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like guy,
But
girl.
I do think that's what it was meant to be.
Exactly.
Yes.
So like again, what they wanted, they got, and I enjoyed it. Like I truly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And like the music, definitely some songs that I'm like, this is here to move the plot along. I won't be looking it up later.
Yeah.
But then some of the songs I already did look up, and I was like, this is such a cute song.
Yeah.
So I think some of them.
She said that I kicked her out of the room last night because I had to do business, and you said you went downstairs and you Spotify'd some of the songs.
Yeah. So I already like, okay, this is adorable. I love this.
All right, now let's talk about the acting, singing, and dancing.
Oh my goodness. Like, they did so well. So Betty Boop, here in New York, and also whenever it premiered in Chicago, was played by Jasmine Amy Rogers. Wow.
I can't, I was watching her thinking, could anybody else play this part?
Same.
Like,
yep.
She was phenomenal.
Yep.
If she doesn't win countless number of awards
100%.
in her life,
Yes.
it will be shocking to me.
She's triple threat. Like, talk about a triple threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her voice and the way she portrayed Betty was brilliant.
Yes.
She had such comedic timing, but yet you felt for her, and it's like she came to life for you. So you felt her as a cartoon character, but then you felt her as she was striving to get out of that world as well. I mean, she danced in different styles, and she sang.
Oh, the girl's voice.
She's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, truly.
100%.
Yeah, because it's one thing to like play two characters, and like one of them is literally one dimensional. Like she is a drawing, and she played that so well.
It was so
like,
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like deep. Like honestly
Yes.
deep with this little
Yeah.
drawing, trying to figure out, is she real? Other people trying to figure out, is she real in the real world? Trying to like, work through like misogyny and things like that.
Yeah,
Like that she was going through. Like, there were some deeper topics.
She did it so, well, I know that's the script, but she did it so well to make her points. And then to come to a point where she's like, okay, I'm standing up for this, and I'm not doing that anymore because I have people looking up to me, and I want to make sure that I am sending them the right message. Amen. Praise God.
So cute. And then the lead actor, he comes out. So Ainsley Melham.
He opened his mouth, and I was like, Rebecca.
And I was like, oh my word.
What a perfect voice.
So great. And you recognized him.
Yes. He played in Aladdin.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm proud of my boy. You're
proud
killing
of my
it.
boy. Loved it then, love it now.
So good. And he had really great solos,
Yeah.
like the jazz, like he speaks jazz.
Oh my goodness.
It just was really phenomenal. Grampy, like knocked it out of the ballpark.
Yes.
The
Faith Prince.
Yes.
So I don't know how many of you are familiar with that name. She played Adelaide in Guys and Dolls, and it was funny because I didn't know. I knew Faith Prince was in it, but I didn't connect all of that. And so New York audiences know their people. And when people come out on stage that they appreciate, they cheer. And I just love that so much.
So like going into the dancing.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Breathtaking.
Like talk about, we had just seen Radio Music City Hall
Yes.
and the Rockettes. They had a
Radio
moment.
City Music Hall, yes.
They had a moment where they like literally started like, they were tapping while going in a line, and people would add on to the line,
As they
going
were
sideways.
turning. Yeah.
And I was just like, what? And this is early in the beginning. And the amount of styles they did, they went from tap to hip hop to like jazz, and like just even like ballroom dancing, all of it, and like as you want in a big production.
Yes.
And I would say it's smaller ensemble, but it's such a powerful ensemble.
I felt like it was mid-side ensemble because a lot of the ensemble then played other parts because there was like the announcer and the report, the news anchor.
Yes.
So, there
and
were
all
some
the
other
characters,
parts
the Comic-Con.
too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of that, there was a couple songs within that, and I guess we're going to jump into costumes too, if you're okay.
Oh, we have to.
Right?
Because the dancing, phenomenal 10 out of 10. But costumes.
But then with this, so as she comes to life, right, to leave her black and white world, then she starts to see colors. And so she's walking around like Comic-Con, and she's like, oh, what is that? Yes. What is that? And they're like,
yellow.
Yellow. She's like, oh,
yellow
I
is
love
light.
yellow. Yes. And then they sing this song about red, green, yellow. I don't remember what the other
orange
maybe.
yeah.
It was so just fun.
I think endearing. I think even just talking about it now, it's like that's what made it so lifelike and like kiddish, because she was so giddy and so like learning things for the first time, and people were kind of like, "Are you good?" Yeah. And it was so like, innocent and beautiful. I think that's like parts of it that I really loved.
And she did it so well.
Yes, she sold it.
She just did. It wasn't like. It could have been really cheesy, so that it was just stupid, but it didn't seem that way. It was like, I just met Betty Boop. Yes. It was so fun.
Yes, that's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah.
And it went so well with the production, like the lighting and the scenic. Like even during the one where they were switching back and forth, black and white and color, the background changed. Like when the dancer would turn, the background changed, and you're like, whoa. And that's what like pulled the whole thing together so well. Yeah. And you have to be on time. Like they had to be
Can you
timed.
Imagine if somebody's like daydreaming out there when ensemble member.
Because everyone's black and white, you're
like, oh,
look at yellow. Yellow's kind of lagging. You can't.
Talk about mistakes.
Yep.
What did you think now then about the lighting?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Like loved it. Like phenomenal.
Anything that kind of stood out, or just because I feel like it just did what it was supposed to. I don't think I remember at one point trying to notice it, but I was so captivated by everything else. I have to say, it did what it was supposed to. It enhanced everything because I didn't really think about it.
I think the only time I thought about it was when like the black and white world would collide with the color world, and there's this one song where her producers in the black and white world are coming out being like, oh, she is like everything, and then her love interest comes out in the middle, and he's like, she is my everything, and the men in the black and white world are very black and white, and the guy in the middle in the real world, he is like definitely more like his skin tone. And you like kind of noticed they were using lights to do that as well as makeup. So there was definitely grayscale makeup going on, but you could see how they were utilizing lights to actually like wash the men out, which I think is genius, because I think when it comes to lighting design, you're like, don't wash them out. But in this sense, they were like, no, we want to wash these guys out, and we're making this guy, and they probably put definitely more of like a lighter yellow orangish light on him. I was like, that's genius.
Yes, so good.
Like
so good.
In every shape or form, it did everything that you want lights to do. And they had such a high bar because they were going with black and white and color, and they sold it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It just and I did get confetti. I did not catch it in the air. I had to pick it up off the ground as we were walking out, but I was really sad because I've never not gotten a piece of the show ever before when they throw things down or drop things or throw them out. And so
first time.
I was like, I can't reach.
And we were so close,
the
so
red
close.
confetti.
Yes.
But I got it. Overall ranking.
10 out of 10. Like, honestly, and I don't know if part of that has to do with me not knowing anything about it going in. I think that definitely helps. But I was floored. Caveat, definitely some political statements being made that they threw in there. And you're like, I see you as a writer. You're definitely more liberal, and you're taking this moment to bash on, some political moments and to make some comments about New York as a city and the government and men and women and roles. And while I didn't enjoy that, it didn't take away from the fun. And I definitely think, and I love how they kept it family friendly. Because I was like, okay, the woman's wearing a garter. How is this family friendly? It was. Because I think overall the whole message was Betty Boop doesn't want to be chased around by men. Like, as a little person, she desires something more, and she desires something family friendly. And she even makes this relationship with Trish, who's in the show, this younger girl, and Trish says crap or something, and she goes, language. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And she wants to be a good example, and not this woman empowerment just to be empowerment example, but feminine example, because she keeps her cutesy, she keeps her feminine. She doesn't go all girl boss, I guess, on us, but she stays feminine queen. And I loved it so much. And I thought, so the message overall, so fantastic. Just the production quality overall, so fantastic. Would see it again.
100%.
10 out of 10. Literally just could not stop smiling.
Yeah, 100%. I am going to be more critical.
As you should.
Because to me, there's 110, and it's Wicked. So comparing it to Wicked, does it rate as Wicked 10 for me? And I don't think it does.
Fair.
So I feel like the story is just a little bit more cutesy, and I think the songs are not overall as catchy as the Wicked songs. And if that's going to be my high 10 bar, I got to give it a 9. I debated between a 9 and a 9.5. Wow. So that's still high for me. I don't
phenomenal.
think I've ever... Very rarely. I don't know if I've ever given a 9 before. Wow. I usually am kind of a 6, 7, 8 girl. But I really liked it a lot. I just have to be fair and say that there's some slushy stuff in the writing that I feel like needs to be a little tighter. And the songs, a couple of them could be a little bit more catchy.
Yeah.
So it's almost there. And I would agree with you. I would definitely see it again.
So cute.
You need to find this show if you want just a feel-good evening. And if you want a show for moms and daughters to go to that you can talk and say, look, this is the kind of woman that still knows who she is, but can be strong and not get forced into something that she doesn't want to do or be. And I think the message is, and it's a love story, people. Who doesn't want Aladdin singing to you, right?
Amen. That's so true.
It's so great. It's so great. Until next time, this is just me.
And me.
Talking to you.
From the wings. From New York!